London, a city steeped in opulence and allure, stands as a testament to wealth and luxury. Its iconic skyline, adored with architectural marvels, mirrors the prosperity. But let me tell you this, does London actually look like this? Or does it look like this, full of housing estates that are on its knees? And I will fulfill you the untold stories about London.
So, what are your views on the ultra-low emission zones?
Actually, it's a good thing. It's a positive thing. So many people have negative reviews on ultra-low emission zones, which is quite baffling. We're actually saving the planet, having a greener air in London. And to be honest, so many people have been complaining because we are polluting the planet every single day by cars, factories, you name it, we pollute it. Ultra-low emission zones in London face dissent as citizens grapple with increased restrictions, citying inconvenience and economical challenges. What's your views on ULEZ commissions?
I think ULEZ commissions are very useless because the government just want to take money away from people, and considering loads of people work in central London, people go to work every day, and they're people are hard working, and they get up every day, go to work, and the fact that they have to pay a hefty fee just for going to work is insane.
ULEZ is just one of the many prior factors that people face, but economical and social factors also affect the lifestyle of how people live. We went to a new residential area being built in Barking Riverside to interview with the relevant people. Here are the interviews. Why is there so much general wealth inequality?
So I think that's a very complex, in my opinion, very complex question, lots of reasons. I'd guess one of the main reasons would be if you own a house or not, really, if your parents own a house or not. House price inflation has been massive the past 30 years. So 30 years ago, most people could get on the property ladder, and those that were able to have seen their assets and then therefore their wealth increase massively. You could buy a house for 100,000, that'd be worth $500,000 now.
The housing inflation in the UK is not just a number on a chart. It's families struggling, dreams deferred, and communities at risk.
So imagine the advantage that the children of house owners would have compared to those whose parents rented. Straight away they could have potentially $250,000 in their bank that their peers wouldn't. Even though they could live in exactly the same area, have exactly the same education, but they have $250,000, $500,000, whatever it is, boost compared to their peers.
Housing inflation in the UK brings economical challenges, diminished affordability, widening wealth gaps, and potential financial instability. And why do you think there is a cost of living crisis?
Again, massive question. A simplistic answer would be the Ukraine war. That has affected many things. The biggest one being energy prices have skyrocketed, and energy prices just affect all prices because most things need to be distributed, and if that increases the cost for products, they're going to pass that on to consumers.
We face the economical factors of the UK. We're going to interview with the social problematics. Here is the interview. Why private schools are inherently worse than grammar schools?
Well, I think there are a number of reasons. The first, I would say, is access and equality. They're incredibly selective, therefore they only take in a certain calibre of student who perhaps had access to other opportunities, like extra tuition, extracurricular opportunities that the general population won't have access to. I think in that sense also, you create a series or hierarchy of elitism, whereby you have certain students who think because they go to such a well-renowned institution that they are in some cases better or more deserving of opportunities than other pupils.
Private schools worsen inequality. Grammar schools offer merit-based education. How does it feel being a working man going to elite universities?
That's a good question. I'll be really honest, I think at the time it felt amazing because for my parents to get to say that their child went to like UCL, for example, I think that made them proud. So I was happy in that respect. But in attending that institution, as well as I went to a grammar school and a private school, so I've had quite a range of good opportunities. I think Michelle Obama said it. It was like, I've sat at the table with the elites, and actually, the conversations aren't that good. And that's kind of how I feel like, I'd say, is that I got a lot more out of going to a public primary school, and working in a school like this one. I think those things have really benefited me. The kinds of conversations that are being had, the kinds of life experiences that I'm being exposed to are very, very different.
In conclusion, the UK faces a dual challenge: economic disparities, strained social cohesion. To thrive, we must bridge gaps, invest wisely, and foster inclusive policies. Let unity be our compass.